Junkyard Junkie, back here with another video. Today we're going to be working on this 2009 Chevy HHR. Today we'll be changing the rear shocks on this. Most people don't tend to notice when they need to be changed because it happens so gradually over time that you slowly compensate for it, you know, little by little. So you don't even really usually know it's happening until it's either just completely shot or, you know, something like that. But you want it for stability reasons. And here are some of the things you may experience: instability at highway speeds. You may have like swaying and all that other kind of stuff. The vehicle might feel like it's tipping over. The rear end could squat down on acceleration, and it could, you know, bounce a lot when going over bumps. One thing to definitely look for on your shocks, if it's still, you know, not too bad, is look for any kind of liquid coming out of them. If you see liquid coming out, that's already a telltale sign. It's time to replace it. Don't avoid the warnings. Anytime you replace shocks or struts, you always replace them in pairs, just like brakes. So it doesn't matter if only one side went bad, always replace them in pairs. Anytime you're jacking up one side or the other, you always want to scotch the wheel with some kind of piece of wood or any kind of scotch you have. Okay, so you want to get a 19mm and go ahead and crack these loose if you don't have an impact gun. I do have an impact gun, so I'm going to jack it up and then crack them loose. You want to jack up the car right at the pinch well, which is a little hard to see, but it's right there. Now you just want to stick the jack stand underneath the car. That way you have support, and then you'll lower the jack down onto the jack stand. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and take off these lug nuts. This is just a hubcap. Okay, once you got that off, you're actually almost done. You have two bolts stopping you. You got the bottom shock bolt down here, right there. Then you got the top one right there. The top one's going to be a 19mm and the bottom will be a 21mm. I'll be using an impact gun to take them off, and then we'll torque them back down when we put them back on. But if you don't have an impact, all you need is a breaker bar. You can crack these things loose. It's not too bad. Okay, now we're going to focus our attention up to the top. Once again, that's the 19mm. If you don't got an impact gun, then use a breaker bar. Okay, this part's easy. Just grab it, go ahead and pull it out. It'll slide right out. Okay, so looking at this shock, I can actually compress it myself, and with a shock, it should bounce right back. This has no bite left in it whatsoever, so this is clearly a bad shock. Okay, so here's our new shock. I can press it in, and then it'll come out just like that. So this is what the other side looked like. You should not be able to do that. Okay, so now we just put it right back in, and you're going to watch your parking brake cable. So make sure the top side's going up. Go ahead and stick it in. Get it started. Now we're going to get this bottom one started. All you gotta do is line them up again. May have to push it up just a tad. Stick it in there and get a few threads on it before you ever tighten it down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run this down just to where it's up against it, and then we'll torque it down after that. Okay, now we're going to run down this top bolt. It is a 19 millimeter. So you'll take a torque wrench and torque this top bolt to 67, and then you will go down there and torque that bottom one to 92. Okay, so you want to just jack your jack back up in the correct spot. And we'll put the wheel back on. Okay, now that we got them all started, we'll run them down and you'll torque them once they are on the ground. We'll lower it back down. Remember to get your jack stand first. I'm going to jack it up just a little bit to get that. Then lower it back down. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.